Hi everybody, Matiram here with a short video that is going to be the first of my Brawlers Bash 2017 videos. This one is just going to discuss my list so that I don't have to repeat it at the beginning of every video, and so you guys can get a good look at my army on the display board here. So the whole idea of this list is kind of goofy, and I talked about it on the squared table with Lord Tremendous a week or so ago. I wanted to try and see how many breath weapons I could squeeze out of the Dwarven rune system. It's really kind of a skewed list. I'm not really sure what I'm going to expect in terms of performance, but it's kind of fun and lets me use the models I can use or I own, and so we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit. The dwarf with the raised hammer on the rise in the back right corner is my general. He's got a basic rune of Dragon's Breath, hammer shield with the rune of Fury, and rune of Might on it. So he's like 4 attack, strength 5. None of my characters are really that big a deal individually, but when you factor in the fact that there's like 7 of them, they become problematic. Then I've got my BSB, who has the rune of Dragon's Breath, rune of the Forge, rune of Shielding. White Cloak dwarf in the back that has a rune of Shielding and a rune of Dragon's Breath. One that has the rune of Infamy and the rune of Dragon's Breath. One that has a great weapon, the rune of Retribution, which I forgot to use in all but one of my games. I hate trying to remember those runes. But then I've got one with the rune of Kinship, who is designed to ambush in with my miners and a rune of Dragon's Breath. And then I've got the runic Smith, who has the rune of Devouring, which is the only magic I have magic defense that I used. Because just kind of getting a feel from the forums and whatnot, I figured there might not be much magic to have to deal with, so I figured I could skimp on that and see what happens. He also has a rune of Dragon's Breath and a rune of the Forge. And then a Dragon Seeker, who is kitted out pretty good. He is a Monster Seeker with Rune of Fury, Rune of Precision, and Rune of Smashing. So he's making 7 attacks at Initiative 6 with +1 to hit. And the Monster Seeker thing that does multiple wounds to monsters. As far as the units themselves, my core is comprised of 20 Greybeards with great weapons, shields, and throwing weapons. Clan Marksman, 10-man with shields and a musician. Greybeards with Vanguard, throwing weapons, and shields. The 14-man skirmishing Seekers you see there in the middle of everything. The 20-man Deep Watch with full command and the Banner of Swiftness to give them vanguarding. A Steam Copter. The rune-crafted Dwarf Ballista to protect me from flyers. 10 Miners with full command, and I gave them throwing weapons and great weapons, because that's what they have on the models, and I wasn't going to be overly complicated. And my Grudge Buster, the Pain Train, in the middle, which actually ended up winning Best Painted Individual Model for the entire tournament. So that was, I entered it on behalf of my wife, Alicia. She did a great job on it. It was my birthday present this year. So she deserves all the applause for that, and I'm super happy about it. It was a very cool model, and it's in there because it's awesome, and I haven't played with a Grudge Buster yet. In fact, the first game of the tournament, or no, I have a pre-game for the tournament that I played the night before was the first time I've ever played with one, so I didn't really know what to do with it. And then up front on either side of that Slayer line, I have 2 Vengeance Seekers. So the idea with this entire list is to just rush forward and try and hit things before my opponent's really ready. If there seems to be a single good target for the breath weapons, the idea is like all of the characters except for the ambushing Thane and the Slayer Lord are going to be in the unit of Deep Watch. So it's like that unit is like 20. Well, it's not quite. So I guess that unit's about 2,300 points. So if people are going to play in Brawlers, they're going to have to come to it. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to burn them alive. I'm trying to keep track of the number of kills the breath weapons do, so I can kind of report it at the end of the tournament. And I will do that after all of the battle reports have done. I'm hoping to get together with Michael, who also went with me, and have a little sort of after tournament conversation that we can get recorded. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Other than the breath weapons, I don't really have a lot of tricks. Things I'm worried about facing, high armor. If I face an all-cav list, the only things really to protect me are the great weapon-wielding graybeards. I guess if the high armor thing also has high toughness, the Slayer Lord can get it, but he's mainly there to protect me from big scary monsters. And I really need to make sure that I get first turn in as many games as I possibly can, particularly against any enemies I'll come up with an abundance of shooting, because I just don't have a lot of bodies here. I'm putting a full 2,250 points into characters, and that restricts the number of units, or the number of models I can have on the board. I only have 3 20-man bricks, a 10-man shooter unit, and a 10-man miners. So they're tough units, and I can do a grind well, but I need to mitigate the amount of pain that they take up front. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the tournament, and we will get on. I have a grand total of 6 battle reports. I played Once Bitten the night we got there, the night before. Played against his Kingdom of Aquitaine army, and that was a lot of fun, so I'll be doing that one first, and then we will launch into the Brawlers Bash videos. I'm hoping to have all of them up this week. I'm crossing my fingers that I can make that happen, because I know folks want to see how it went. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you on the next one.